Cristiano Ronaldo returns to the Premier League to give Manchester United a major boost at the top end of the park. But are they real title contenders? But what about Spurs? They're top of the mix at the moment. We'll have a look at all of that and more next. Folks, back once again with another prediction video today. We're looking forward to match number 4 over in the Premier League, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, where you been? Smash the old subscribe button to get you bang up today with all things Premier League related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We got it all here under one Rooski. What, of course, a frantic transfer window. Of course, slam shut. The international break has come and gone, of course, but we're back here focusing on the Premier League, and we'll get to that in just one second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are my brothers from another, my best mates for life. If you want to become the latest member of that best mate for life gang, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas, from as little to as much as you like. Check it all out. Links are in the description. But anyway, we're going to jump in the deep end, of course, recap the last round of matches, of course, pre-international break, pre-transfer window, see how we all got on, and of course, see who is the predictor of the month. So let's get into it. Of course, Man City against Arsenal was a red-hot rollover. Man City ran right. 5-0 win over Arsenal. 3-0 win was my pick. Villa against Brentford. I went with a 2-1 win for Villa. It was a 1-1 draw. Close to the money on that one. Brighton could only, they lost to Everton 2-0. I don't know how shit I did here. I think I did pretty shitty here. 2-0 win in the end for Everton. I went with the draw myself. I did think I'd get this one right. 2-2, that's right. Newcastle against Southampton. Got that one bang on point. Norwich did lose to Leicester. I went with a 2-0 win myself. 2-1 win was the final score there. Spurs picked up a win against Watford. I went with a 3-1. It was just a 1-0. The Hammers against West Ham was a 2-2 draw. Goals a thriller in that one. Of course, big point that for Palace. Liverpool against Chelsea. I went with a 2-2. It was a 1-1, of course. And what did we go for here? Burnley got a point out of Leeds. 2-1 win was my pick. And then, of course, United did beat Wolves. So I did all right there. We got myself, what, 6 out of 10, which is mediocre. This is the table though, at the moment, of course, in the Premier League. Tottenham lead the charge, 9 points out of possible 9. The Hammers are in the thick of things, as are United and Chelsea, Liverpool and Everton breathing down your necks. Of course, Arsenal, Norwich and Wolves going down at the moment. Would we take that? Yes, we would. That's the situation there. What about the prediction league? Well, here we go. Of course, a massive prediction league we got here for the Premier League. But of course, Sloffy got himself 9 out of 10. Now, I don't think I've been that. I haven't checked the timestamp on that, but we're going to roll with it for the time being. I'll probably recap that and have a look at it just to make sure. 9 out of 10 for that sounds a bit shady. But of course, the leaderboard for the overall situation is this. Tom Stainer is up there with Max Sengadi, Iman Hussein, Gaming Charlie, Ultra Omirat, and Costas K. They're all up there as predictors of the month. However, we are going to be putting those names in a spinner next week, and one of those names will come out official predictor of the month, and that official winner will get a golden ticket to something that will be happening at the end of the season. I don't know if it's a Premier League thing at the end of the season or if it's a United grand thing. I don't know. I'm still working out, but of course that's to look forward to on the channel. But anyway, let's get cracking then, shall we? Of course, match day number 4. That's right. We've got a static link at long last. Of course, from here on in, if you want to predict the Premier League, just use this one, cut.d/Premier League. It should get you there to the latest step in the prediction league fixture list, of course. So get involved, bookmark it, whatever you want to do. But for the time being, we're going to jump in the deep end and have a look at the next round of matches. We're going to start with Palace up against Spurs at Selhurst Park on the 11th of September. I'm recording this on transfer deadline day, so if any managerial merry-go-rounds or anything batshit crazy happens, injuries, they are not fully in focus on this. But anyway, I'm going to go with my gut on this one. I'm using form and using stats and all that kind of stuff to make my call. There we go. 25 times the prediction since 1994. 5 wins for Palace, 14 wins for Spurs, and 6 draws. The biggest win for Palace over Spurs, so 3-0 win. The biggest win there is a 4-0 win. Last time around, of course, over at Selhurst Park was a 1-1 draw back in December 2020. In fact, the last time that Palace beat Spurs was in the FA Cup in 2019, a 2-0 win. Last time they beat them at home in the league. You're going to go back to in 2015, 2-1 win for Palace. Heading into this, of course, Palace are doing pretty shitty at the moment. They're in 14th spot, just the 1 point so far. So that's actually 2 points so far, 1 point at home, point away. Spurs, of course, doing okay at sitting at top of the table with 9 points from 9. Of course, look at the odds. 7-2 is your Palace, 5-4 on is your Spurs, 14-5 is your away win on this one. I'm going to go with Spurs on this one. Not big, not impressive. Of course, their biggest bit of the transfer business was keeping Harry Kane. That's right, so 1-0 win for Spurs. On this one, next up, of course, we have trouble at the other end of London. Of course, it is Arsenal taking on, of course, Norwich. Pretty sure that's 17 times since 1993, 10 wins for Arsenal, 1 win for Norwich, and 6 draws. A win here for Norwich. Oof, my goodness gracious, I put a right little problem child for Arsenal to deal with. Anyway, the biggest win for Arsenal over Norwich was a 4-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 1-0 win. Last time around, of course, over at the Emirates was a 4-0 win for Arsenal. It was back in July 2020 in the Premier League. Norwich's one and only win. Trying to find it. It's like a needle in the haystack here. It was a 1-0 win back in 2012 at Carrow Road in the Premier League as well. Heading into this, of course, Arsenal not looking better again. Their only win so far was against West Brom. It was a 6-0 win, though. It was a big win at the Hawthorns, of course, and they are top of the table over in the Championship. Meanwhile, Norwich not really gotten going so far. 3 defeats on the spin for them. Complete. They're both on shitty form at the moment. Both 0 points on the season, of course. Yet to score as well, Arsenal in the Premier League. So they hope to rectify that. 20-9 on is your Arsenal. They are your red hot favourite. 61 is your draw. 65 is your draw. 61 is your long shots. That's Norwich. I've gone with a 3-0 win for the Gunners on this one. Finally getting moving, and of course a statement of intent maybe with a 3-0 win to get back to winning ways. Next up we've got Brentford up against Brighton in the battle of the Bees. This match will take place over at the Community Stadium, that's right, at Brentford. Played each other 15 times since 2003, 5 wins for Brentford, 6 wins for Brighton, and 4 draws. The biggest win for Brentford over Brighton was a 4-0 win. The biggest win there was a 3-0 win. Last time around, of course, at Brentford was a 3-3 draw, 6 goal through the back in 2017 over in Brentford's old stadium, of course. Brentford kicking off, not too shabby start to the campaign, unbeaten I think, 1-1, drew 2 so far, also with a win against the Vegans in the Canada Cup. Brighton, of course, suffered a defeat last time around against Everton, but prior to that they won 3 on the spin, beating Burnley, beating Watford, and of course beating Cardiff as well in the Canada Cup. Look at the odds on this one: 70-10 is your Brentford, 70-10 is your Brighton, of course 11-5 is your draw. This one's tough. It is very, very tough. I think I'm going to go with the home form on this one. 2-1 win Brentford. Of course Brighton back-to-back losses in my eyes according to this. Anyway, next of course I have another zinger. It's Leicester City up against Manchester City. Of course this could go either way. I'm quite surprised that it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. It might get moved. Played 28 times in 1994, 8 wins for Leicester, 16 wins for Man City, 4 draws. Of course the biggest win for Leicester over Man City, 5-2 win. The biggest win there was a 4-1 win. Last time around, of course, over at City was a 1-0 win. In fact, in the Community Shield, in fact, it's been interesting run of games between these two sides recently. They've been exchanging victories over the past 4 matches. Last time around, though, over in Leicester, King Powers, the 2-0 win for Man City. That was back in the Premier League back in April 2021, of course. Heading into this, of course, Leicester, not bad start to the campaign, in fact, pretty faultless. They did lose to West Ham though, so 2 wins in the past 3 games. Man City, of course, lost to Spurs on opening day. Following that with back-to-back 5-0 wins, of course. Both of those games were at home, of course, so they've yet to win on the road, but they've only played the 1 match. The odds are 11-2 for Leicester, 2-1 on is your Man City, 3-1 is your long shots. That's the draw on this. 2-2 in the end. Of course, I'm gone with a draw. Of course, not the great start for City on the road, but Leicester keep themselves in good momentum as well. Next up, we have Manchester United up against Newcastle. This could be the return of Ronaldo here up top, and a good chance for them to get some goals. Played each other 54 times in 1993, 33 wins for United. 7 wins for Newcastle, 14 draws. Of course, the biggest win for United over Newcastle, 6-0 win. The biggest win there was a 5-0 win. Last time around, of course, United did win a 3-1 win over the Geordies over at Old Trafford. That was back in February 2021. Of course, United started off okay so far, picked up wins against Leeds and Wolves, drew against Southampton on the road. The Geordies on the flip side lost to West Ham and Villa, picked up a loss against Burnley in the Canada Cup, and also a draw against the Saints. Not a great start for them. Of course, they've not been that active in the transfer window. They bought in Willock, pretty much, and maybe a couple of other bodies, but nothing really to blow a fresh out of water. 5-1 on is United, red hot favourite. 6-1 is your draw. 12-1 is your long shots. That's Newcastle United. Going to go with a win for the not the Geordies, for Ronaldo and co. 3-0 win. Maybe even Ronaldo gets a goal. The Saints, they go on take on West Ham, of course, down at St Mary's. They played each other 41 times since 1993. 12 wins for the Saints, 19 wins for the Hammers, 10 draws. 3-0 win was the biggest win for Southampton. 3-0 win was the biggest win for West Ham. Last round, of course, at St Mary's was a 0-0 draw. Last time the home side one was a 1-0 win for the Hammers. That was back in December 2019. The Hammers coming to this in unbeaten. I think big wins over Newcastle, big wins over Leicester. Of course, a draw against Crystal Palace last round. Meanwhile, Southampton coming to this, just a 1 defeat for them so far this season. Of course, also an 8-0 win against Newport, sandwiched in between 2 draws in the Premier League. The last time they played at home was against Man United. They picked up a draw there. Of course, they'll be looking to get something out of this game. 23-10 is your Saints, 25 is your draw, 65 is your away win. That's the Hammers on this one. I've gone with another draw on this one, which I think doesn't please either of the 2 sides, of course, but continues West Ham's unbeaten start to the campaign. Next up, we have Watford up against Wolves in the battle of the W's, of course, down at Vicarage Road. Of course, Troy Deeney's made his move to Birmingham. Played 33 times in 1993, 11 wins for Watford, 10 wins for Wolves, and of course 12 draws. 3-0 win was the biggest win for Watford, 4-1 win was the biggest win for Wolves. Of course, last round at Vicarage Road was a 2-1 win. That was back in January 2021. That was actually New Year's Day last season, or season before last. Of course, heading into this, of course, Watford picking up not too okay start. Win against Villa, win against Crystal Palace in the Cup, but losses, back-to-back losses in the Premier League, back-to-back games without scoring a goal as well against Spurs and Brighton. On the flip side, Wolves coming to this What are we looking at here? 3 defeats on the spin, not great for them. Also with a win though against Forest in the Caterpillar Cup. But 3 defeats, 3 1-0 losses, and 3 games without scoring a goal. That's the problem for Wolves. They need to fix that up. 5-2 is your Watford, 23-20 is your Wolves, 11-5 is your draw. Gone with a 2-1 for Watford on this one. Wolves smell like a little bit of trouble. I like Bruno Lage. I think he could have been something special, but I think he's finding life hard so far in the Premier League. Into next one we have Chelsea taking on Aston Villa, of course, on the late-ish kick-off here over at Stamford Bridge. Played 54 times in 1993, 28 wins for Chelsea, 30 wins for Villa, 13 draws. The biggest win for Chelsea over Villa, 8-0 win. The biggest win there was a 3-0 win. Last time around, of course, over at Stamford Bridge was a 1-1 draw. Sorry. In fact, Chelsea picked up a win last round at Villa Park, and the last pleasure that at Stamford Bridge was a 1-1 draw. So Villa having the recent luck between these two sides. Of course, heading into this though, Chelsea unbeaten so far, picking up 7 points over possible 9. Of course, a draw last round against Liverpool with 10 men. Villa hot and cold at the minute. 1-1 lost 1, drew 1. Also with a 6-0 win against Barrow as well. Look at the odds on this one. We have 4-1 is your Chelsea, even 11-1 is your Villa. They are long shots. 70-4 is your draw. I'm going to go with Villa to lose this one. 3-0 win. Chelsea to take it to the house again. Lukaku banging goals already. Let's get in amongst it. Leeds up against Liverpool in the Battle of the L's on Sunday, September the 12th. Of course, this is the week of Champions League action as well. So Liverpool will have an eye on this. 26 times to play each other since 1993. 6 wins for Leeds, 16 wins for Liverpool, and 4 draws. The biggest win for Leeds over Liverpool. 3-1 win. The biggest win there is a 5-0 win. Last round, of course, over at Ellen Road was a 1-1 draw. That was back in April 2021. In fact, last time the away side won was the Liverpool win back in the League Cup in 2009 at Ellen Road. Last time the away side won in the league was also Liverpool back in 2002 in the Premier League, when, of course, prior to Leeds' a downfall way back when, 20 years ago or so. Anyway, look at the odds. 4-1 is your Leeds, 30-8 on is your Liverpool. Of course, this one's tough. 3-1 is your draw. I think Liverpool will win this one. 3-1 win. Of course, not really busy in the transfer market. Leeds picking up. Who do they pick up? They brought on Daniel James, of course. Dan James from Man United. Big sign for them, of course. So 3-1 me for Liverpool. And then finally we have Everton up against Burnley. This is Monday Night Football. That's right, down at Goodison Park, of course. Played the 14 times 2009. 7 wins for Everton, 6 wins for Burnley, and 1 draw. The biggest win for Everton over Burnley was a 5-1 win. The biggest win there was a 2-1 win. Last time around, of course, at Goodison Park was a 2-1 win for Burnley. That's right. Goodness gracious me. It's a surprise win. Of course, heading into this, of course, Everton picking up wins against Brighton, Huddersfield in the Cup, drawing against Leeds, and also wins against Southampton. To be a fantastic start for Benitez back at Merseyside. Of course, on the flip side, Burnley picking up a draw against Leeds last round. Follow that up from a win against Newcastle in the Caterpillar Cup. But 2 opening day, 2 back-to-back defeats kicked off their season. Look at the odds on this one. What do we have on this? We have 11-8 on is your Everton, 30-5 is draw, 4-1 is your away win. That's Burnley on this one. Going to back Benitez's boys on this one. 3-0 win. Of course, get the job done. They've been busy though, Burnley, bringing in some names, but I think it might be too soon to get a result this time around. That's my picks. Of course, be sure to get your own picks using the static code right here, Cutley/Premier League. Get in amongst it, of course, and of course we'll be back, of course, with the recap of those next time around. Be sure to give the video some love, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Check out those links down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, and I'm of course on Patreon. If you want to support the channel in another way, it's the best place to do it. Until then, give the video some love, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that is.